Hey guys, welcome once again. My name is Mayuresh and welcome to the Career Fitness Series. It's an interview prep series for mid-career professionals from 6 years to 14 years experience bracket. And what we do in this series is we take a question every episode. So let's see what's the question for this episode. Tell me about the types of people you have trouble getting along with. You're going to have this or a variant of this particular question, and essentially it is about to try and understand if your personality has really any kind of a rough edges, or if you are impulsive, or if you just blurt out an answer which is more of a, I would say, a career limiting move, or this is typically a question where even your interview can get aborted. So it really gives you an opportunity to express yourself, and if there is that lack of maturity that exists, that comes out very very clearly through this particular question. So why is this particular question asked? Again, we saw for the reasons that we just mentioned. They just want to see if there are any rough edges in your personality, if you are able to take the stress pressure, if you're ready for the seniority that is about to be bestowed on you. The worst thing you can do in this particular question is to name a person and why was this person not someone whom you enjoyed working with, and then you actually get into a monologue where you try and explain your point of view of what exactly went wrong. That's the worst thing that you can do in this particular kind of a thing. So never do that. The next worst thing that you can do is actually quote a company, an instance, a designation, abstract out the person, but then again quote out the whole thing. So that's again maybe not the best way to answer some of these questions. So I think what you really need to understand and what you really need to exude and communicate to the folks over here is that no one is a perfect employee. You are not a perfect team member, and there is no perfect boss. So I think this whole concept of something being absolutely a fit doesn't really exist, and you have to essentially get along with people, make amends, compromise, extend your hands, go that extra mile, and get things done. And that's the key thing that you want to communicate. And however you choose to communicate this, the words can be yours, style can be yours. You can take and do it with an help of an example. All of that is possible, but just make sure this is the common sentiment that you are communicating. What you essentially need to establish is that when you're looking at a team member or a peer or a boss or even a subordinate, what you're essentially looking out for is three things: competence, cultural fit, and team dynamics. What it essentially means is that a person knows what he or she is doing, is capable, is completely competent in doing that particular thing. Of course, the person is fit from a cultural standpoint. Obviously, that person is not the one who is an obvious troublemaker. And the third is that person does not necessarily disrupt the team dynamics. Again, the second and the third point are slightly qualitative, but you need to be essentially be able to contextualize it and establish it in some form or the other. And here you can take examples or whichever way it is, but just try and establish what does a human being at workplace looks like and how do you quantify that person. So as long as that person has alignment, the moral compass is in the right direction, has the competency, and is a team builder. What I mean by all of these things is that for the given role, if it is a role in finance, role in human resources, role in product, role in design, or role in any other team on the technology side of things, as long as they are aligned with what the larger team is wanting to achieve, they are, the moral compass is upright. They're not sabotaging you. That's the absolute thing. They know what they're doing, competency is in place, and they're team builders. They're able to build people around them, not necessarily as designated leaders, team leads, or managers, but they're able to anchor people around them, and that's the important thing. As long as you find these things in people, we are good to go. And you're able to strike meaningful working relationship. So you need to make sure that you are looking for the same things in the people, and you are also one of them. You are one who can strike relationships in a meaningful way and are looking for working, functional, strong relationships. Get it. The last important thing over here is gel in, especially if you're making a move which is not lateral but more of a vertical move. In that case, you need to be able to communicate that you are not there to impose the will, to just be the boss, but you're there to gel in, understand, and then grow within the ranks. Even though you are a designated leader, you have the authority by designation, but you understand the dynamics enough so that you're able to grow gradually from within. And you have that kind of a mindset, that kind of a temperament. Again, please don't take this as a blanket advice. If you're getting into a function which is like sales, where you need to just disrupt the house, you need to bring the house in order and it is completely in chaos, then of course you need to contextually and situationally adapt and take a very different style of leadership. But more often than not, you will essentially want to gel in. You want to grow from within. You want to establish and then grow in the ranks, even though you have the designated authority. I hope this helps you answer. Tell me the type of people you have trouble getting along with. Just to summarize, don't name a person, don't name a designation, don't name a company, and don't get into a critical mode. Rather, try and establish what kind of people you enjoy working with, and maybe you might want to err on the side where what kind of people you don't enjoy working with and what are those common traits, rather than what are those people all about. So don't make it personal, keep it impersonal, but make sure you communicate your points. This is one of the best questions where you can establish your maturity, you can communicate with maturity. I hope this helps. Welcome to this career fitness series. I look forward to your questions. Put in your questions in the comments and I'll make sure that I answer this in one of the upcoming sessions. Thank you so much, and bye, and have a good day.